Hey, what's up, guys? This is Greg. If you're watching this video, you're requesting more information on Tryp rideshare company that's getting ready to launch over the next couple of weeks in January 2019. What I want you to do is watch this very, very informative but long webinar. Okay, it's about an hour long, but it's going to answer all your questions. It's going to explain the rideshare industry. It's going to explain what Tryp is getting ready to do, and it's going to explain the most important thing: how you are going to get paid either as a driver or as an influencer. So go ahead, take your time, make sure you cut out all distractions. Put the kids, to bed. Tell your spouse to leave you alone. Put the dog away. Lock yourself in a room. Put your phone on airplane mode. Ignore all texts. Make sure you digest this information. Right now, you're getting in on the ground floor. If you're watching this in December 2018 or early January 2019, you're one of the first people in the country to know about something that's gonna go viral, that a lot of people are gonna be receptive to, they're gonna love. A lot of people are gonna make a lot of money by taking a look at this opportunity and taking action. So, don't waste your time, don't cheat yourself. Take a look at this. We're gonna get better with the presentations. We're gonna get shorter presentations, for the masses. But for right now, do your homework. Treat this like homework. This is information that's going to change your life if you take advantage, if you take your time, if you put that time in. All right, so go ahead and watch it. I'll see you on the other side. I'll leave some information below on how you can contact me.
So tonight I am here. I want to thank Mr. Bishop, Carlos, and Nigel, Mr. McNulty, and the other leaders for entrusting in me to share this phenomenal opportunity with you all tonight, and that is Tryp on-demand ride-share services. So ladies and gentlemen, what I want you to understand is our CEO made a quote. He said, "New ideas bring us a new opportunity to a crossroads where Pauls are moving forward with bold new initiatives of disrupting the disruptors." I want you to remember that term, disrupting the disruptors can happen. Tryp Rides will turn the ride share industry upside down. So I want you to understand that what we're going to do is put this industry in the position that it should be, make it a true ride sharing venue. So Tryp Technologies is a software that uses SaaS technology. The company providing a disruptive and subscription-based approach to ride sharing and on-demand transportation. Now, our drivers register as partners for a low monthly fee, and they get to keep 100% of the fare and the tip from each ride. That's right. You heard me right. And I love the fact that while this webinar is going on, there are actually people doing ride sharing right now. And you need to clearly understand that literally, if you register as a partner for a low monthly fee, you get to keep 100% of your fare, your tip on each and every ride. Our riders, our customers enjoy low fares and an innovative reward point system and superior quality rides as well. So welcome to Tryp Rides this evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cover some facts on this industry. There are more than 2 million people that earn a living as rideshare drivers just in the US. So what I want you to understand is that means that there's 2 million people who are being put in a position, who have put themselves in a position to put food on the table. There are over 2 million people that are affecting the economy in a positive light. There are over 2 million people that are making additional income or making full-time income based on their own schedule. But here's some more facts for you. There are over 60 million of us who are using the rideshare services. Now, in 2017, that was the year that the rideshare industry crushed the taxi industry. Between Uber and Lyft, there are over 65 plus million users and growing. Both companies are now worth tens of billions of dollars. But here's why you're here tonight. You're going to find out how Tryp Rides is about to disrupt the disruptors. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand something. Let me give you a quick example. My fiance and I took a trip to New York, my hometown. And if you're familiar with New York, the airport is in the suburbs, and we had to take a yellow cab from the suburbs into the city. Well, this yellow cab driver complained for the entire trip about how Uber and Lyft was disrupting his business the entire time. I had never heard a yellow cab driver conversate like this about such a topic. And he was livid about how his industry was being literally cut down, so to speak, because of this new concept called ride sharing through Uber and Lyft. So understand that the market is huge. So here's some other facts about the rideshare industry that was given by a third-party individual. This is not from Lyft. This is not from Tryp. Okay, so where's the market going? You need to understand that this market is expanding. While it's new, it is expanding on a daily basis. So the rideshare industry is expected to grow eightfold to $285 billion by 2030. Right now, they estimate that the global taxi market is worth $108 billion, which is triple the size of the $36 billion ride-hailing market. I hope you caught that. At the same time, they calculate an average of 15 million ride-hailing trips a day globally, which they expect to increase to 97 million by 2030. So do you see that this is not only an emerging market, but a continually expanding market? And Tryp and Uber have already proved that it works. So what you're looking at now is a list of the projected U.S. markets to start when Tryp launched. Now, little birdie told me something, but I'm not sure if I have the liberty to say it, but I will tell you this. I'll tell you that in a moment. Stay tuned. So in any event, the company is being founded out of Southern California. So that is obviously going to be the initial market to fully launch. However, these cities aren't any longer in any type of order because you, being a first-time listener, can affect when and how soon your city opens. Well, Derek, what do you mean by that? Well, guys, literally, if you get 1,500 drivers to commit, it doesn't matter if you're in Kalamazoo, Missouri, 1,500 drivers to commit to being drivers with Tryp, and Tryp will literally open an office in that city. When it grows to 3,000, so understand now, if they're coming and open an office, they're going to assist you in growing it to 3,000. Once it hits 3,000, they will officially launch it. So that's why this list is no longer in any type of order, because I'm here in Atlanta, and mark my word, Atlanta will be launched before the new year hits. So it's actually up to you and I as to how the order of this list goes. So I want you to remember that. So in addition to that, you need to understand who the competition is. Many of you are using these services on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, or monthly basis, and many of you are currently employed by these particular venues as well. Now, while we don't bash any venue at all, because we're thankful that they actually opened the market up and prove that the rideshare industry not only works, but again, is expanding rapidly. So we have Uber. Uber's dominated the market since its inception in 2009. It spread to more than 60 countries since then and was recently valued at nearly 70 billion, but the number is closer to $120 billion. Now, what I love is when Lyft did the research, they didn't say, well, Uber's already started. We don't need to come out with another rideshare company, because you know what? Pepsi didn't say that in reference to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was the granddaddy of the cola market, but Pepsi didn't say, well, Coca-Cola's already out. No, they also launched and captured a large part of the market share of the cola industry. So Lyft launched in 2012 and is very similar to Uber, but here's the point. Lyft is heavily focused on self-driving cars, which is going to do what? It's eventually going to leave the drivers without opportunities. That's just a fact. While they're thinking in a forward direction, that's going to actually put a lot of people out of work in the near future. Then you have Via. Via was born in 2012 as well. They're currently in large markets, 3 large markets, and they have a very similar program to Uber and Lyft. I know one of the cities that they're in is New York, and they're a multi-million-dollar venue as well now. So we know that the industry is set and ready for a change and a challenge. So what sets Tryp apart? Why should they even have the nerve to step into this venue? I'm smiling because I know the answer. Well, first of all, exclusivity. I always have trouble getting that word out. Exclusivity, only by member invitation. You see, with Tryp, the Tryp corporate isn't competing with the Tryp drivers or even people who refer, because I'm about to share with you in a moment. I want you to pay close attention how you don't even have to be a driver with Tryp, and you can change your zip code if you're coachable and teachable. So pay close attention. So you can't just call up Tryp or contact Tryp. It's by invitation only. So it's going to be a true peer-to-peer business. This is one of the reasons why they're making it a true ride share venue. Now, flat fee membership. Our drivers with Tryp pay a low monthly $199 fee to take full advantage of our disruptive technology. So remember this now. Keep this in mind. Uber and Lyft disrupted the taxi cab industry. But now there's a new term that's being coined because of what Tryp is about to do. Disrupting the disruptors. Because those of you who are drivers in the rideshare field, you know that you're being taxed or you have to pay a fee every single time you have a fare. Well, what Tryp is doing is they're saying you pay a low $199 monthly fee and you keep 100% of your fares and 100% of your tips. And on top of that, if you refer 3 other drivers, then your $199 is covered. It's called 3 and free. Are you kidding me now? We'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment. Instant payments. Our unique peer-to-peer technology allows users to pay drivers directly. You see, with Tryp, the technology is based on the blockchain. And this is what I love about the blockchain. It's instantaneous. There's no human manipulation risk. And, so basically what's going to happen is when your fare pays you or your customer pays you, it's not going to go to the company and they clip it and then come to you. You're being paid directly, instantly, and you're getting 100% of that fare. I know that's going to keep you up tonight. I hope that doesn't hit you at 2 a.m. I hope you get the revelation right now, but it's still going to keep you up tonight. Then we have a true sharing economy. We have a free viral app that allows anybody to earn cash every time they or referral use our service. I'm going to tell you more about that in a moment. That's also why we're disrupting the industry. Anybody that gets this free viral app, you share it with whomever you want. Their first ride is free. Now, most of the ride sharing venues give a $15 free first ride. Well, Tryp again is disrupting the disruptors, and they're offering a $25 free ride for the first ride. What do you think people are going to do with that app? They're going to download it and they're going to share it. Now, they don't even have to be a part of the venue, and they literally get 40 cents for everybody that uses that app. Are you kidding me? Give you some more detail on that as well. More lucrative. Drivers always make 100% of their tips and their fares, and there's never, ever a surge charge. See, a lot of customers don't even pay attention because most people are in such a rush, they're not even looking at the fact that they went to the same destination. They go downtown 2 or 3 times a week. But because there was a Taylor Swift concert downtown this day, you pay 2.5 to 3 times more than what you usually pay. It's called a surcharge. Let it be a sporting event going on in the area, major concert or something like that. There's something called a surge charge that all the other rideshare companies add on. Tryp doesn't play those games. Your rate is not going to be adjusted based on what could be going on in the area or it even being a major holiday. Are you kidding me? So also what we want you guys to understand is where we're going. So now you know who we are. You know who the competition is. You know the size of the market. It's a viable market. But now, where are we going with it? Well, first of all, we believe that our disruptive business model, along with the power of referral marketing, will make of Tryp rides a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for our brand partners, drivers, riders, and users. We're going to continue to create viral content. I want you to catch that, and easy-to-use marketing systems to allow any and everyone who chooses to embark on this journey with us to create a true freedom business with Tryp rides. Now, I want to share something with you. The word referral marketing. This is not network marketing. This is not multi-level marketing. It is simply referral marketing. It's something that we all do every single day. You see a good movie, you share that movie with a friend or family member. When they go see the movie, Paramount didn't send you a dime, did they? Right? That's referral marketing. Ladies find out about a good shoe sale, you tell all your girlfriends about it, they rush down there and take advantage of it. You didn't get a nickel for that. But you literally use referral or word of mouth marketing, okay? Then there's something else called residual income that's tied along with referral marketing, and we'll get into that in just a moment, okay? So in 2019, Tryp is looking to have 75,000 drivers. I want to share something with you. This venue, this company, they're very humble. While they've done all the statistics, when you see who's behind it in just a moment, these guys are serious number crunchers. They're serious technical people, and there's a lot of money behind this venue as well. But they've been very humble with these projections. 2019, 75,000 drivers. There'll probably be 75,000 drivers by the first of the year or by the end of this year. 2020, 150,000 was the projection, shattered. 2021, 300,000 drivers. 2022, they were projecting 600,000 drivers. But ladies and gentlemen, you guys, yes, you are going to help us shatter those numbers as well. And remember, how many drivers do we have today? 0, because the company hadn't launched yet. But a little birdie told me something. I don't know. I might let it out, but you got to stick around. So Tryp Ride's proprietary rideshare technology, guys, the technology that the company has is mind-blowing. While it's going to have everything that every other rideshare venue has, there's going to be much more. Remember, I already shared with you how you're paid instantly and directly from the actual passenger. When they hit that button and they complete the ride, you're paid instantly. It doesn't go to the company. They clip it, get a percentage, and then pay you. You get 100%. I can't say that enough, of every fare and every tip. So you're going to want to be a good driver. If you're going to want to have your car clean, you're going to want to have some great conversation. So your tip could potentially be bigger because you're going to get 100% of it. But let me share some features that set Tryp apart. Number one, a panic button. Now, every now and then, I have to get an Uber or a Lyft for my daughter. If I'm tied up in a meeting and her mom might be tied up at work, we'll call her Uber. Well, think about some of the things that are going on nowadays. You guys have seen what happens on the news. There could be a disagreement over whatever, and it could potentially escalate between a passenger and a driver in the rideshare industry. We've seen this on the news, right? So now if you have your teenager in a vehicle, if she or he feels uncomfortable in any form or fashion, what about if right over the Tryp app, they could hit the panic button and it'll alert the company and they'll monitor it and listen in. And they're now recording what's going on. But if he or she feels totally unsafe, they can hit the panic button twice and the authorities will be summoned right to that location. Guys, that's phenomenal. In addition to that, I just had a grandbaby, 4-month-old grandbaby. Well, guess what? If my fiance and I are out and we have the grandbaby with us for whatever reason, or if we're traveling, we can't use a Tryp or Uber, which I love to use when I'm actually traveling. I won't even get a rental car. Well, they don't provide that service, but you'll be able to go right on your Tryp app and let them know that you need a driver with a car seat, with a baby seat. Absolutely phenomenal. You can also choose your favorite driver. You can literally say, well, Damon had great conversation. I want to see if Damon's available. Have him pick me up again today. That's phenomenal. Then you can actually literally video chat with the driver so you'll know who they are and they'll know who you are when they're coming to pick you up. And there's some other features, guys, that are going to blow you away as well. But I want to get to the nitty gritty. So I want you guys to also understand that Tryp was envisioned by serial entrepreneurs. with over 100 years of combined proven success and disrupting industries over the years. This dream team is highly skilled and ready to create yet another legacy. So we have Mr. Robert McNulty, who's the CEO of Tryp. Mr. McNulty is an accomplished entrepreneur with over 40 years of significant experience in developing new concepts and technology platforms. As a matter of fact, he actually founded shopping.com. And guess what? He actually sold it for over $300 million. There's another one called Home Club, I believe. Home Club, he also sold for several $100 million. But here's the deal, guys. That was the brainchild and the founding of, guess what? Through Home Club, you can get your housewares, items that you need to fix your home. And that was the building block for Home Depot. So we have successful experience behind us. It's one thing to have experience. It's a whole other thing to have successful experience behind us. And to my understanding, to date, Mr. McNulty is a multi-billionaire as well. So we have a solid foundation. Then we have a very strong corporate team. We have Mr. David Mota, who's the brainchild behind the concept. He's the CMO. Then we have Mr. Rudy Braithwaite, who's the COO, and there's an awesome story behind the two. Mr. Mota wanted Mr. Braithwaite to assist him with Tryp, Braithwaite. And Mr. Braithwaite said, well, I can't assist you with this because I actually just started and own my own rideshare venue. Well, Mr. Rudy Braithwaite is so ingenious that Mr. Mota definitely wanted his assistance with this huge venue that he bought his company. And he said, guess what? You can work with us now because I purchased your company. That's an awesome story. Then we have Mr. Toby Mack, who is just a technological whiz. He's the reason why even the presentation that you're looking at now, the skin of it, everything looks so professional. And he's also going to be behind the marketing that's going to be put in place for those of you that decide to partner with us as well. So then we have Mr. Richardson, he knows Josa, Alex, and Jeff Aronson as well, who are also part of the corporate team. Now, let's get to the nitty gritty. This is why I've been moving kind of fast, because I want to share something with you guys to let you see how you can literally change your zip code in a short period of time. So how can you earn with Tryp? We're going to tune into station WIFM, everybody's most favorite radio station in the world. What's in it for me? First and foremost, you can literally earn by sharing our app. Spread the word, share and earn with our Tryp Rides app. You'll get rewarded every time the app is used by you or referral. Here's the kicker. There's no limit to how many times you can share the app. And the more you share it, obviously, the more it'll be used, which means the more rewards you will earn. I'm going to go into detail on that in just a moment. That's the first way. The second way is to become a driver. So when you sign up and partner with Tryp Rides, you get it paid instantly. That can't be said enough. And you always keep 100% of your fares and tips. And as I mentioned earlier, when you refer 3 other drivers, your $199 monthly fee is free. Refer 3 and your membership is free. Now you're free and clear and you're keeping 100% of the fares and tips. Number 3 is you can refer a driver. I want you to understand this. You do not have to drive. You can become an influencer. Be a Tryp influencer and earn weekly residual cash bonuses for every new driver that you refer. Listen to this, for as long as they remain a driver. Now, I want to touch on something called residual income, because that said that you don't have to drive. I'm telling you, as an influencer, you don't have to drive, but for every driver that you refer, for as long as they remain a driver, you're going to earn weekly residual cash. What is residual? Residual is the most beautiful word that I've heard in my 50 plus years on this planet. Residual is the reason why Well, let me not talk about me. Let me let you know what it's going to do for you. It's going to allow you to get up when you're done sleeping. It's going to allow you to literally be able to potentially, if you're coachable and teachable and understanding business timing is everything, be able to amass income. And the next month, that income is growing a little more. You go on vacation, when you come back, you got a check in your mailbox. Residual income, doing something one time and getting paid for it over and over, right? The Beatles, I think Paul McCartney is still living, right? Well, Paul McCartney hadn't wrote a new song in a lot of years. But do you know every time they play a track, Paul McCartney and the Beatles estate gets paid? Residual income, do something one time and get paid for it over and over and over again. It is a beautiful thing. And it's why when I had my mortgage company several years ago, I was wondering why there were, people from an insurance company on the floor above us. I see them sneaking out of their own office, and including the CEO, in the middle of the day with their golf bags on their shoulder. I'm like, what do these guys do? They're driving Ferraris. They were in the residual income business. They weren't trading hours for dollars. See, understand, if you're trading hours for dollars, I have nothing against the job. I don't believe in them anymore, in a sense. So, especially people that say they got two jobs, I truly believe two jobs are for two people, right? So here's the deal, though. A job should be used as a means to an end. Let me tell you another quick story. Several years ago, my great-great-grandfather, they didn't know anything about jobs. Guess what? Everyone owned their own land, and they were producers. The only time my great-great-grandfather got a job was if, for whatever reasons, the crops may have failed one year. And he would go into town and work for a season, right, to be able to earn enough money to reseed and listen to that, to reseed his business so he can now get focused on it again. That's my philosophy with a job. Be proud of it and use it as a means to an end. You should have a strong plan B while you're working your job. And there's nothing better than Tryp, because we're going to show you, our job is to show you how to weave this into what you're already doing. So at some point, your part-time business opportunity catches up with your full-time income. Now you have a choice to make, so you can take that part-time business opportunity to a full-time opportunity. So now the fourth way we earn income is through Tryp rewards. You're going to be rewarded with special prizes such as vacation getaways, cars, and much more as you advance as a Tryp influencer. Remember, a Tryp influencer doesn't what? They don't even drive. So let's break this down a little bit more. I'm going to give you some more detail here because we want you to understand it gets even better. So when you become a part of the Influencer Founders Club, the Founders Club, where you can receive stock options in the whole nine, there are 4 core values that the company stands on and that we as partners with Tryp, future partners, we're all future partners with Tryp. But a little birdie told me something, and I'm going to share it. I just might share it in a minute. So the first core is growth. Take a ride with Tryp and earn stock option bonuses to become a shareholder. Now, I know a gentleman who knows a young lady who got some Home Depot stock. She was actually, I think she was in the cleaning department there at the beginning, and she is now done. And her family is done for generations because she was smart enough to take advantage of the stock options. I'm hearing that Uber's stock, for the people who catch that, is going to be life-changing as well. Well, now you have an opportunity to be a part of the Founders Club and get stock options. But then our second core value is loyalty. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a word that really needs to be brought back to life in this day and age. With loyalty, we share in the results of your efforts. Tryp shares in the results of our efforts and making Tryp a success. And they're going to allow us to literally get a piece of the company. Freedom, help us change the game and secure your financial future. And fourth, and what's most important to me, is family. So we're going to build wealth together, and then we'll be able to enjoy it with who and have the time to enjoy it with who. Let me tell you why that's so important. I know several financially successful people, several of them, doctors, attorneys, pastors, financially free, But guess what they don't have? They don't have time freedom. So when you partner with Tryp, you actually have the gold brick in your hand, because now you can offer an opportunity to individuals who are at that level. Too many times we share things like this with, our broke cousin. Well, he hadn't done anything with you or for himself in the longest. So why do you go to them first? Go to the most successful people you know, because successful people won't ever tell you that their plate is full. They're going to listen first, and they'll make room for more success. Your broke cousin's going to tell you his plate is full, and the fact of the matter is he needs to scrape some of that mess off his plate, because you can't be broke and busy. The two don't go together. You know how you have those friends, they're always busy, but they're still broke? The two don't go together. So that's why we're going to do leadership training as well, and marketing training, everything that needs to be done to help you to build your Tryp business. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you details on, to me, what's the biggest part of this. Although I'm about to show you some ridiculous numbers, stay tuned. Don't move, because I got to share with you what a little birdie told me. But let me share with you first what I feel is probably the biggest part of this venue, which is the stock option, and being able to be a part of the Founders Club of this venue that's doing what? Disrupting the disruptors. So first of all, who can qualify for stock options? In order to qualify for stock options in the bonus program, one must be an active driver for at least 18 consecutive months. And in order to be a driver with Tryp, make note, you have to be at least 21 years old. But in order to literally be an influencer and just literally share this venue with other drivers and get paid a weekly residual commission, 18 years old. Are you kidding me? The way you qualify for the stock options, remember, number one, to qualify for the stock options, you have to be 21 and drive for 18 consecutive months. Secondly, based on a point system, you can receive stock option bonuses with every action you take to help us build Tryp rides to a great success. So that means you might get 5-star ratings on a consistent basis. Well, that's going to add to your point system. And this is why Tryp is going to have the most respectable, the cleanest drivers in the rideshare industry, because they're focused on the big picture and they're actually a part of the company. So they're going to represent it well. And then the Founders Club, when you enroll as a driver and an influencer, it's literally called a driver/influencer, meaning you're doing both. And in the first 90 days, and take advantage of a very special and lucrative stock option bonus program, where I heard they actually have land with resorts on it. And just the Founders Club members are going to be able to come out with their family and spend a week or two out there, all expenses paid. They're just some ridiculous things that are going to be done for the Founders Club members. So make sure when you look at this venue, you look at it long term. Okay, and understand, in business, timing is everything. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch gears very quickly, and I'm about to show you the compensation program. Now, I do want to give a warning before I do this. I want to give you a warning. If you got a weak heart or weak lungs, you definitely want to sit down. If you're driving, you need to pull over, because it's about to get deep. Now, if it gets too deep for you, I want you to know that oxygen mask is going to fall out of your ceiling right in your house. Just put it over your face, put the strap over your head, and breathe deeply, okay? And let your heart rate calm down. If it gets too deep, reach under your seat, because there's a flotation device under it, all right? So now I want to give you a quick statement, income claims, and it is income stated. The income stated, I got on my reading glasses and still can't read. Trust me, you don't have to be smart to do this, all right? Income stated is hypothetical or based on a per sale basis. You need to understand, legally it's hypothetical because we haven't launched yet. But to think is to put it in ink. What I'm about to show you is going to blow you away. So the income stated is hypothetical or based on a per sale basis, and it is not indicative or representative of income that any specific participant may earn. The company makes no representations or guarantees of specific earnings or earnings potential. Understand, for the most part, you have to put it in order to get it out, okay? So you ready? You guys ready for this? I almost want to look at the videos because I need some head nods right now, all right? Pull over, tighten up your seatbelt and get ready to take a trip. Now, there's 4 ways that you can earn for partnering with Tryp. The first one is to share the app. The second is driver referral bonus. The third is weekly rank residual income. And the fourth is rank advancement bonuses. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I've seen venues that pay 7 ways, 9 ways, 11 ways. I've been in the referral industry for over 30 years, and I've never seen an opportunity that pays 4 ways, but is more lucrative than anything I've ever seen. Are you ready? Here we go. Now, the first thing I want you to understand is, remember, you can simply share the app. Every single time your referral uses our app, you get paid. Now, in this example, that's you. But I want you to start thinking big tonight. I want you to understand that, let's say if somebody knows the pastor of a mega church, right? And literally 10,000 members. The pastor gets up and says, hey, listen, you guys know we've been working on this building fund. No, I'm not going to share the juice thing with you, or soap, lotions, and potions, and have you tied to a monthly, fee or auto ship. Remember, this is network marketing. Only thing I want you guys to do, how many of you guys in here use rideshare from time to time? All 10,000 hands go up. Well, here's a free app on the screen. I want you guys to download it because the first ride that you get is free. Everybody's saying, Pastor, go ahead and put that thing on the screen so I can download it. $25 worth of a first free trip. And then you can use as many trips as it takes to use that $25 up. Remember that. But you guys know we've been working on the building fund for you. So for you downloading this free app and getting a free first ride, every time you do that, the ministry is going to get 40 cents. Guys, are you kidding me? That's about $4,000. But if those people use the service once that month, do you think they maybe use it the next month after they're satisfied with it? Maybe 1 or 2 times? You do the math. Now, let's bring it down to you. Let's say if you, or even a smaller ministry, or even if it was you, shared the app with 250 people, just the app. Well, if each referral rides twice a month, that's 500 rides, and they receive an average of 40 cents a ride, you'll receive an average of 40 cents every time they ride for those 2 rides. That's times 500, that's 200 bucks. But here's the deal. I want you to look at this too. Remember the example I just gave you with the mega church? 10,000 members? How many of those do you think will end up wanting, because they've got that app and the company? You'll never see any of those people again. The company's dripping on them through the app, and they find out that there's an opportunity through it. How many of them you think may become drivers? 3%? 5%? That's a lot of people. And because the pastor isn't a driver or an influencer, all those people that decide to become drivers are directly connected to you. Are you kidding me? Let me show you what happened. So that's for sharing the app. Every single time the app is shared, literally, you're going to get paid. So how much can you earn as you advance through the influencer rank? Remember, an influencer doesn't have to drive. They can decide to become a driver influencer, and I'm going to break that down to you, so hang on. But a straight influencer doesn't even have to drive. They refer 3 people, and they're now earning $200 a month or $50 a week. Are you kidding me? Now, when that team of 3 people, in this example I just showed you, for every driver that you refer, you're going to earn $50. So you can refer 100 drivers. You're going to get $50 for each one. Are you with me? But I'm going to simplify this for you. I like to break things down to the ridiculous. Let's say if you just referred those 3, and then those 3 shared it with a few other people, and you now have a team of 10. Remember, you only referred 3, but those 3 shared it. Obviously, it's going to go viral. With a few other people, you have a team of 10. You're going to earn $600 a month or $150 a week. That team of drivers grows to 24. You're going to earn $1,000 a month. Now, guys, $1,000 a month on a residual basis can change your zip code. It could change what you have in your garage. That could literally change the school that your kids go to, the clothes that they wear. They say that there's a statistic that if the average person can make just an additional $500 a month, they wouldn't have had to file for bankruptcy. Are you kidding me? You got a team of 24 drivers and you only introduced 3, but those 3 shared it with a few others who shared it with a few others, 24 drivers, and you're earning $1,000 a month or an extra $250 a week. When that team grows to 60 drivers, that is $2,000 a month. Guys, hang on, because now when that team grows to 180 drivers, which for our team, we're saying that needs to be your first goal. That needs to be your first goal in the first 60, 90 days max. Because remember, you only shared it with 3, but you can share it with as many as you want. But in the example I'm doing, you just shared it with 3 and you work with those 3, right? 180 drivers, and you literally have changed the game. $5,000 a month, month after month after month after month. Are you going to cash that check? 400 drivers. Now, this is a number where in the typical or traditional network marketing industry, most people feel they've arrived when they're making an additional to, you still got your job. Somebody said, shoot, when I get to 400 drivers and I'm making $10,000 a month, that's $2,500 a week. What job, right? But you still got your job if you want, and you're making 10 grand a month on a residual basis with 400 drivers on your team. When you get to 1,000 drivers, things start to change. $25,000 a month. That's $6,250 a week. Can you see that? Because if you can't see it behind your eyes, in your mind, if you can't vision that, don't worry about it. It'll never manifest before your eyes. But I need you to start being able to see yourself earning a month what most people earn a year. When you get to 2,000 drivers, they have the audacity to compensate you on a regular basis, as long as those drivers are driving every month, paying their monthly fee, $50,000 a month. When your team grows to 4,000 drivers, ladies and gentlemen, you're earning $100,000 a month. That's over $1 million a year for 4,000 drivers. Are you kidding me? 12,000 drivers, and you're earning $250,000 a month, guys. Let me share something with you to impress upon you, not to impress you. I'm in this industry full time. Obviously, if I'm full time, I have other venue that I do. My other venue, I have 40,000 partners. Over 40,000 partners. I have another venue with several thousand. Ladies and gentlemen, 12,000 drivers, and you're earning $250,000 a month. $250,000 a month. 24,000 drivers, and you're earning $500,000 a month. And I want you to remember something. This is just one way out of the 4 that we earn income. So understand, no more, I want to give you this disclaimer as well, no more than 40% of the drivers can come from one personally enrolled team. That's why the magic number is 3. Well, Derek, what do you say? If you showed me this opportunity and I'm earning $500,000 a month, is it fair for you to earn $500,000 a month as well? No, it isn't. Not at all. And this is why it's illegal to do so in the industry, but it's going to cause you to have to work with at least 3 legs. So you would get 40% of my leg, you would get 40% of your second one, and then another 20% of the third. Okay?
Hold up, before you stop there.
And I'm getting rudely interrupted by somebody that's in my house. I don't know how he got it here.
Ladies and gentlemen, did y'all see the phenomenal breakdown that Mr. Brown just literally explained about the 40% rule? But this chart right here, ladies and gentlemen, it closes everyone. Because, first of all, my name is Damon. I mean metals for the people that don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to understand seriously. This right here is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be in the right place at the right time. I just wanted to let Mr. Brown know he's doing an excellent job.
I'll kill you later. That's my business partner, my best buddy. Damon, I mean Meadows, we're literally about to. And matter of fact, that's my personal sponsor as well. So he can interrupt me anytime he wants, even in my own house. So guys, we are excited. And this slide, I want you to get this in your psyche. Take a picture of it real quick. Do not post it publicly. We can't post anything publicly yet because we're not officially launched. But I want you to take a picture of this and put it on your mirror, because a lot of your lives are about to change. Here's the best part about it. You're about to change a lot of people's lives. As you be obedient and move forward with this opportunity, you're going to expose a lot of people who are literally going to take this thing to the moon. So always remember, it's not about you. Get outside of yourself, because literally there's going to be some people that are going to gravitate towards you, and you're going to share Tryp with them, and you're going to get excited based on their excitement. So you don't always move, you don't always not move because you don't understand. First of all, it's hard to encapsulate everything in one setting anyway. You know, sometimes you have to watch it over and over, but I want you to not be selfish with this blessing of Tryp. So sometimes you need to get positioned, and I call it learn as you earn. There's a such thing as intelligence on ice, somebody who thinks they have to know everything before they can move forward. I can go, every major city has what they call a hood. I could go get somebody, you know, Lakeisha pushing a baby stroller on her way to the bus. It's 6 a.m. She's taking the bus to the train to take the baby to daycare to get on another train to go to work. And then she has to repeat that same cycle again in the evening. She's not getting home to 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. She's probably getting that baby fast food. And I could talk to her about an opportunity such as Tryp, and she will catch it, become coachable and teachable, and change her life for generations to come, because she'll be what I call ignorance on fire instead of intelligence on ice, trying to figure everything out. Remember, in business, timing is everything, okay? So I hope you got that. Take a snapshot of it now. When you have 60 drivers, you're making $2,000 a month. Remember, just one way we get paid, but they have the audacity to hit you with a $500 rank advancement bonus. Are you kidding me? When you get to 180 drivers, remember, that's the magic number. The magic number, they have the nerve to hit you with a $1,500 rank achievement bonus. You're making $5,000 a month. When you get to 400 drivers, they're going to hit you with a $5,000 rank advancement bonus, guys. Now, here's the deal with the rank achievement bonuses. They're one-time bonuses, and you have to maintain the rank for 3 months to qualify for it, and that's fair. So now I want to show you something that I'm extremely excited about, and that is the Tryp Experience Getaway. Guys, when you get to 1,000 drivers, just 1,000 drivers, remember, how many did you refer in my scenario? That's right, 3. You only personally introduced 3. Remember, you can do as many as you want, but I'm trying to keep it simple for you. In this viral venue that's going to grow like wildfire, in spite of you, whether or not you understand it, get positioned and earn as you learn. 1,000 drivers, you're making $25,000 a month. But Tryp has the nerve to send you on a getaway experience with you and a significant other, and they're covering the airfare, they're paying for the resort, they're paying for your food. You're making $25,000 a month, and they got the nerve to give you spending cash as well. Tryp is a trip. So now, once you get to 2,000 drivers, you're going to go on the Tryp Experience Cruise. Now, I'm hoping we can time this by all of you plugging in when we launch, because I told you a little birdie told me something, right? And I'm gonna spill the beans. I might get in trouble for it, but I'm gonna spill the beans in just a minute. Now, the Tryp Experience Cruise, what I can envision is a huge Tryp sign on the side of that ship, because if we time it, we're gonna take the ship over. 2,000 drivers. Guys, you're making $50,000 a month on a residual basis, but they're gonna send you on an all-inclusive cruise for a family of 4 now. And if those 3 other family members aren't in Tryp, what do you think they're going to do while you're on that boat and they see how we do what we do, right? They're going to cover the airfare to get to the boat. They're going to cover the cruise, and they're going to give you spending cash. Tryp is a Tryp. Remember, you have to maintain the rank for 4 months to qualify. Now, this is phenomenal. The Tryp electric vehicle, guys, 4,000 drivers. You're already earning $100,000 a month, but they have the audacity to give you a Tesla Model 3 or comparable vehicle. And the thing about this, they're not going to do a car payment. And then when your rank drops or your volume drops, the payment drops. How many of y'all been there? Tryp is going to give you the keys, the car, and the title. And in addition to that, you just have to hold the rank for 6 months. Now, guys, the gentleman that you just saw, my business partner, my sponsor, and my buddy, Mr. Damon Meadows, and I had an opportunity to go to Silicon Valley and go to Tesla's headquarters and hear their story, sit down with a young man who's part of the design team and some of the engineers and some of the executives, and hear their story, hear what they had to overcome in order to get where they are. See, every venue has bumps in the road. Everybody thinks people start something out and it's smooth sailing. No, Tesla went through some things, but now I wasn't a fan of Tesla cars, just from the on-site. They didn't really move me. But when I went to Silicon Valley and test drove the car that you're looking at on your screen, guys, I can't wait to get to 12,000 drivers, because when we make it $250K a month, you're going to be right there with me. But they're going to give you, you see it says vehicle upgrade to a high-end Model S, X, or compatible vehicle. So what that sounds like is they're going to take the first vehicle and give it to somebody else that qualified and give you this one. The keys, the car, and the title. You're going to have 2 electric vehicles. Are you kidding me? Of course, you have to maintain the rank for 6 months. And what I'm most looking forward to is taking a small breather for the ultimate Tryp experience. And I pray that thousands of you are literally doing the same trip. 24,000 drivers. Guys, you're already earning $500,000 a year. From what I hear, it's going to take about 4 months. It may not be that long, but I've heard it could take 4 months to take this trip around the world with your significant other. You're going to go first class. I don't know if you've ever flown first class, but the air is different up in first class. They pump regular oxygen in the back. No, I'm just kidding. But it's an experience that will stretch your thinking. You'll never be the same once you ride in first class. So you're going to go on a first class trip around the world, all expenses paid. Take an ultimate trip on Tryp. You got to maintain your rank for 9 months. You're already earning $500K a month. So if you're earning $500K a month and the trip takes 4 months, I think you'll have a minimum of $2 million when you get back home. That's going to be a nice trip. So ladies and gentlemen, this is something I want you to pay very close attention to. There are 4 ways to join us. And I'm going to share something that a little birdie shared with me. Now, don't hold to this, but it could be less than a few days before we launch. And it could be a lot sooner than that. I'm just going to leave it at that. Get yourself ready, get in position, because in business, timing is everything. Listen, if you don't have what I'm about to show you, that it takes to literally get yourself positioned in the next wave of the future, then you better call mama and them. You better get some money from mama and some money from them and get yourself positioned, all right? 4 ways to get started in this phenomenal opportunity. First of all, you can be an app user. Remember, that's absolutely free. As we wrap up, guys, I want you to understand, as just an app user, you're going to have the lowest fares on every ride, no surge pricing. You're going to get rewards points that are redeemable to cash every single time you ride. Remember, they're going to be incentivizing even the app users, right? You can share that app. Here's the insane part. As an app user, you can share the app an unlimited amount of times with friends and family and get 4 times the reward points every time they use the app. Select your preferred driver before pickup. Book your ride ahead of time and pay a flat fare for up to 3 locations. And remember the safety panic button. Then we have the drivers. Those guys that are already out there doing it. Those of you who need to make additional income. You could be a driver with this venue. You got to be 21 years old. And guess what? Your car doesn't have to be 4 years old like most rideshare venues. It has to be at least 10 years. It can't be older than 10 years. Are you kidding me? And they know they can do that because you're being incentivized so well. You're going to be the best drivers in the rideshare industry. So as a driver, there's a one-time $250 setup fee, and then you pay $199 a month. The $199 doesn't start until 30 days later, right? But remember, if you refer 3 drivers, then you won't ever pay the $199. Are you kidding me? Now, you really want me to mess you up? If you refer 3 drivers, I'm sorry, if you refer 3 drivers in your first 30 days, remember you're also getting the fast start bonus and the first order bonus. Are you kidding me? You basically didn't pay anything. So don't ever sweat the small stuff. Don't look at where you are today. If you don't have the $250 setup fee, guess what you need to do? You better go get the $250 setup fee so you'll never be in that position again in life. Like I said, call mom and them. So as a driver, you get 100% of the fares and the tips, wait time, and cancellation fees when they occur. Remember that. You get all of that. Low $199 monthly software subscription fee, but refer 3 and you're not even paying that. Refer them in the first 30 days and you basically got the $250 back. I can't say that enough because sometimes people actually cancel their own blessing with their mouth. $250. Did you just see that I showed you how you could get a fast start bonus and a first order bonus, which was how much? $350. You actually made a $50 profit. Are you kidding me? So in addition to that, you get wholesale gas. I'm getting excited. Wholesale gas prices. Good driver training is available. Get rewarded for points every time a rider you use uses our service. Stock option bonus program available to become a driver owner. So that's an upgrade as well. Now, influencer. An influencer is only $149 a year. $149 a year. Influencers, I want you to pay close attention. We're getting ready to close, but I want you to pay close attention because I know a lot of you guys are saying, I'm going to do this venue because I just saw that comp plan. He just showed me how I can get to $500,000 a month. What if you just look at, go all the way to the bottom, 10 grand a month. What if it takes you a year to get there, which it shouldn't, to be honest with you, because this is going to go viral. But that's 10 grand a month, each and every month. And if you don't get there, guess what you still got? Your job. You can't lose. So an influencer gets that commission that I showed you, all of it, and they only pay $149 a year. Are you kidding me? And here's the deal. If you don't have $149 in your pocket right now to put towards this venue to become an influencer, should you decide to be that, then I have to give you a reality check. And please don't take this personally. If you don't have $150 right now in your pocket or on your credit card to put towards something that you know can change your life, then here's a wake-up call. Whatever you've been doing is not working. Now, as an influencer, you get full personal marketing platform suite, automated email marketing system, contact text messaging capability. All the marketing is going to be in the system for you. Branded marketing materials, done for you automated email, drip campaigns, sale funnels, capture pages, social media content, blog articles, promoting your unique links, smart auto webinars, and a virtual office dashboard to manage your business. For $149 a year, driver influencer. This is where I wanted to talk to my drivers and my influencers and even my app users. I don't believe, and I train individuals that I come across, that I'm blessed to be able to train, that if there's money on the table, meaning that if there's a nickel in that comp plan, you don't leave it on the table. You get all the money off the table or out of the comp plan. So the way to maximize this opportunity is to become a driver influencer. There's a one-time $399 setup fee, right? Set up an influencer fee. That's one time. And then after 30 days, if your city is launched, remember, this is only if your city is actually launched. If it's not launched, you won't pay the $199 until your city's launched. That's, my guess is, may not be common sense, so I shouldn't say that, but I'm letting you know that. I'm informing you of that. So the $399 one-time setup fee, and then as a driver influencer, 30 days later, you'll pay the $199. As a driver influencer, you'll continue to pay the $199. But did you just see that comp plan? Are you kidding me? And in addition to that, it's the driver influencer that has an opportunity for the stock option program. It's the driver influencer that has an opportunity to be a founding member with the company. All the benefits of the driver member, but all the benefits from the influencer compensation compensation plan as well, and all those tools I just read off to you. But stock option bonus program participation qualified. You earn stock options for everything you do while helping us build this brand. As a driver influencer, the membership subscription fee is not waived. Remember, I just told you pay it every month when you personally refer 3 drivers. However, you earn weekly residual income, which a regular driver member does not qualify for. See, a regular driver doesn't qualify for the weekly income part of the comp plan because they get 100% of their fares and their tips, right? You can go out and drive and make 6 figures if you want, change your life. That's why even a driver or an influencer, if you're asking me, Derek Brown 101 is the way to be is driver influencer. But remember, you do what you're comfortable with, what you have peace with, okay? I don't like people to ever break their household. So with that, ladies and gentlemen,